Hey guys, good morning. It's John, your host on MGTow is Freedom. Oh, nice. Well, today's my last day here. I think I've graduated or been certified as something or another, but I think I learned a couple more lessons that I wanted to share. It has to do with minimalist living. When you go on vacation, have you ever noticed that you can live out of essentially a suitcase? You've got a bed, maybe a couple of chairs, maybe a couch in your room, a toilet, a mirror, a sink, a little plastic bag you keep all of your bathroom stuff in, a couple pairs of underwear, and you're good. You can make that work. How is that possible? How can you do that? You can do it for 3 days, 5 days, 2 weeks, a month, indefinitely. And then we go home and there's a house load of shit. Everything piled up everywhere. Even though I live a minimalist lifestyle, I minimalize to go on this trip. There's a lesson in there. There's a MGTow lesson in there. Having to do with economy of living and why we do things another way in our regular lives. We talk about in the world of MGTow how there's a system that's designed to control us, to make us move a certain way, and that's towards women and towards marriage, right? And then giving the woman everything, right? And then playing this materialistic game where you have to keep up with the Joneses and have a bigger house and a newer car, right? And then she's got to get a better husband, and you're left holding the bill and paying for it still. But what is this lesson I'm talking about? Well, life, I guess life could be, if you want, it could be about owning things and having things, if that's what you want your life to be about. If you want your life, though, to be about you, as in you specifically, and not someone else's desires, not your mom's or your community's wishes to see you, right? You have to make decisions. And for me, it's always easier to make decisions the less I have to deal with, right? The less factors involved. Like right now, any decision I make, I have 2 kids to worry about. I've got one going to college, right? And then it'll be any decision I have left, it's 1 kid to worry about. Right? When you have a woman in your life, you've got tons of shit to worry about, including when her period is. Right? It's a lot of stuff to consider. But if you think about it, you're tied up, restrained by stuff in your life. You go somewhere, you've got no stuff. Life is easier. But if you watch what a woman does when you take one of them on vacation, and while away from home, I've watched how other women act, and I recall in my head what my ex did. They buy shit. They immediately start accumulating where they're at. I remember coming to Hawaii, I think 7 years ago, maybe 6 years ago, with family. And we all had a bag, a carry-on bag, and we came home with a carry-on bag and extra large suitcases that were packed with shit. It was full of trinkets and souvenirs and stuff. What I found, though, through that exercise, and what I continue to see by watching for it, is that is how women control you, me, everyone, is through stuff. And it's not just big stuff, but big stuff is the easiest one to see and point at. You need a place to live. I just pointed out a hotel room. It's got a bed, it's got a chair, it's got a TV, it's got a sink, it's got a toilet, shower, you're done. Right? But you don't live in a hotel at home. You live in a house or an apartment, and it's full of stuff. Right? or you own a house and she's talked you into a house, right? 2,000 square feet, 4,000 square feet. Now you're impressing everybody with your stuff. And you become a slave to the stuff. You've got to pay for it. You've got to pay for its maintenance. You've got to keep it up. And when a woman gets something like that, a house, a large one, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 square feet, she's got to go buy stuff to bring back and put in it. Just like here, just like on a vacation. Stuff. They start bringing stuff in. And one, it costs money, but they feel that need, right? And I think, and I haven't looked into it really deeply, but there is some psychology. It's a disorder of types, an insecurity and fear that they won't have enough stuff, right? But it's not like it's practical stuff. I don't know women that go out and buy a year's worth of food just because they want a year's worth of food, right? They want other stuff, material goods, things they can brag about. They don't just want a nice yard, they want a manicured lawn that you're taking care of. They want to own it and own you. My particular ex-wife had this game where if she had enough stuff for me to do, that is chores, taking care of her other stuff, then I didn't have any free time and therefore did not have to worry about me. She could go do her own thing because I was so tied up taking care of her stuff, her shit. Living a minimalist lifestyle, as MGTow, enables you to keep a close eye on the level of stuff. Things that you have to pay for, things that you have to have and spend your life on, your time on. You know, do you want to own things, or do you want to have the ability to do as you wish, do as you please, go where you want, when you want, with a minimal amount of effort to take care of everything? You know, for me, I made a few phone calls to some watchdogs, locked the door, walked out the door. Right? I didn't have to worry about setting timers for everything and burglar alarms, getting people to babysit my house. You know, you shouldn't have to worry about everything. You shouldn't have to make your stuff, right, so difficult to care for. That's what a woman will do to you. And when you go MGTow, you see your way out of it. For everyone on here who's young, you young guys that are going MGTow, right? If maybe you don't have stuff yet, but when you buy something, buy a new car, you got to have insurance, got to take care of it, got to do this, that, the other. It's a way to control you and control your mind and control your body. You go on a vacation, you don't need to spend $200 a day in food. You don't need to. You can eat on the cheap. Right? But what happens when you take a woman on vacation? Not only does she buy a suitcase full of souvenirs the moment you turn your back, you know, she's going to have you spend money out the wazoo on everything. Attractions, sightseeing, right? And if it involves buying stuff, all the better. But she's going to want to brag to her friends, brag to your friends, all the stuff she did while on a trip. Right? They want to blow your coin. So you go from a trip where you can do what you want to something more like a financial nightmare. Right? You're looking at your watch, hoping your vacation ends so that the money bleeding stops. So this little trip of mine, it's been really good. Spent some great time doing things with my son, running around. Had a lot of fun. You know, didn't break the bank. And trust me, last vacation I went on to, the bank was broke. It got fucking broke bad. Right? But it's a way to control. And it's just another way to look at things through a MGTow lens. Is the woman you have care about you? Look at how she spends your money. Look what the vacation means. Is it about caring for you and your relaxation? Or is it about her and her lifestyle and her image? And you can ask yourself, do I need someone in my life for that? You know? And if I was going to spend a bunch of money and do stuff, it would be for my benefit, you know, not for hers. That is how women own things. See, to her, you are stuff, right? You're her stuff. That'd be great. You're like a genie that she can wish for more wishes on, right? You go, okay, you get one wish, and they go, I want 1,000 wishes. That's what they want. And they'll sit on that pile of wishes and spend them, right? Like it's nobody's business, because it's not. It's not. But minimalist lifestyle, it gives you a perspective, a seat, and I'm sitting on a funny seat right now. It gives you a seat from which to observe the world and compare things. You know, how much fun do you have? How much does it cost you? Are you actually relaxing? A lot of fun to consider. But you know, as MGTOW, the minimalist lifestyle is comfortable. It confused my son. And he's like, Dad, we got to go to the laundromat. I said, no, you don't. I said, throw your clothes in the tub, squirt in some body wash, swirl it around, rinse it with some really good hot water, hang the clothes out, they're dried, clean. You know, first day I got some resistance, and after he did that, he's like, hey, this works. I was like, right. He just saved hours at a laundromat and a bunch of dollars, and who gives a shit? Right? Minimalist lifestyle. Just another one of those funny little things you notice and you catch on when you go on vacation. Right? You don't have to give and give and give and bleed yourself to death to have a good life. And I can't see any reason to do that, to bleed yourself to death in an effort to have a good life that someone else tells you is good. But upon every examination, from every perspective, from every frame of mind, you're told you're living the good life and you're not MGTOW, and you look around, you realize you're not living your life, you're living someone else's. Right? Go your own way. Men going their own way. MGTOW, right? Freedom. Freedom. Being your own man and your own boss and saying enough of this shit. It works out so wonderfully. Right? So wonderful. Anyways, you guys rock. I want to thank you for everything. Thank you for sponsoring the show. Thanks for coming on. Thanks for commenting. When I get on the plane, I'm going to go watch yesterday's comments and probably, hopefully, get to today's as well. It's been a busy work-a-vacation. I mean, busy, but I feel great about it. Feel great. I didn't bring along a personal chainsaw running in my ear. All right, guys, be cool, Semper Fi, and always remember, as the man, you get to say, I have the penis, right? Everyone else, get the fuck out of my way. See you later.